Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope I'm streaming the right way. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Today we're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be working on some shells. Good morning, Lynn. How are you? We're going to be working on some seashells, and I have two kinds. This one is, hi Miriam. This one is ocean clam, and this, you probably recognize it better as an oyster shell. And what I'm planning to do today is to show you how to, hi Trina, I'm going to show you how to leaf those. I know a lot of people do decoupage or paint on the seashells, but today we're going to keep it very simple and just start at the very beginning. I'm going to turn you down so that you can see what I'm working with. And depending on the time, I'll see how far we can go. Now, I'm doing them two ways. And I am trying to find myself so that I can see you better. Well, so that I can see comments. Okay, I think, yep. I see everyone and I see comments. Now the first thing we're going to do, well, I've prepped three of the shells, and I primed them with acrylic gesso. And the others, and I'll show you how to do that. The others I'm going to leave plain so that you can, maybe there is a difference. The other thing that I'm using today that I haven't used before is this champagne gold leaf that I just got from Amazon. I'm a little bit disappointed in the packaging, but hopefully we'll make it work. I'm just going to put some Vaseline on my hand because it will help with picking up the leaf. Now for the ones, what we're going to start, okay, let me show you first. If we decide, I'm just going to prime with gesso so that you can see. Oh, first, before I forget, and I've already done that, you spray with alcohol and wipe it down to make sure there's no dust. I'm glad I remembered that. Thank you, Trina. I appreciate that very much. And then I'm going to just be lazy and pour some of the gesso inside here. I don't want to put too much. The ones I primed yesterday with the gesso. You don't have to do that if you're not doing them with the base coat. But I'm doing both so that you can see how to prepare it. Just trying to remove brush marks. I don't like brush marks. Then we'll be able to compare if there's a color difference between either one. Having done that, I'm going to set it aside to let it dry. But in the meanwhile, on the ones that I've already primed, I am going to use a cream colored or off-white colored paint. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know if you have to prime, Miriam. I'm going to try it for the first time. So I'm just using just an off-white color so that I don't have the primer underneath showing. And there's really nothing like gold leaf. When you're doing this, make sure you get into the inside. You can do this with a sponge if you want to avoid brush marks, only I couldn't find one. Oops. My first oops. Is Elizabeth on? Some of my friends know me as the oops girl because I tend to say oops a lot. And if I haven't said hello to you, I apologize. That's the second one. And I'm going to paint this one. And the reason I decided to paint this one is because I didn't want to see the black underneath this part of the oyster. I don't know what it's called. Hi, Betty, how are you? Well, there's technology for you. Now you can get some really beautiful, beautiful shells. And I'll show you one of them, but we're not going to work on it because I haven't decided what my plans are for it. I can see comments, but I just want to, okay. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out how things are going to work. Now I'm going to set these aside to dry, and I'm going to bring up these four. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to size them. Size just means, thank you for sprinkling, Miriam. I appreciate that. I'm going to use what I typically use for leaf, and that's Wonder Size. Or there is another product that I have on my in my website, on my website rather, and that's also made for leaf. This is a little bit too big if you're just starting out, so I recommend getting the smaller one. This is called Wonder Size, and it's by Easy Leaf Products. So let me move that out of the way. And let me get another brush so that we can apply the size on the ones that have not had any paint on them. Now with this one, it's the reason why I like this Easy Leaf is it's liquidy. So I'm just going to apply this, and I'm going to do 2 coats. because I want to make sure I don't miss anywhere. It's very hard to see where you've applied it and where you haven't. So I'm going to just go over it one more time. Give it a few minutes to tack up. There's one. Now the reason I kept this one the color that it is because I really love the background, and it's not white. So I'm curious to see what would happen if I place the leaf on it. And all of these, by the way, have been sprayed with alcohol to make sure any of the dust that's on there is removed. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to move it so that I don't have to keep looking for comments. But I must be doing something wrong. And as I said, I'm not sure how the unprimed ones are going to work. I know they work very well if you're using real gold, but I'm not. I'm using composition leaf. Now for the edges, I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to do any decoration around the edge. It all depends on how they look. So I'm trying to smooth out as much as I can. The size or the glue. I'm going to now check these, just heat them for a couple of minutes just to make sure they're dry. And my leaf is about to fly. And I don't want that. So these are dry, and this is just the first coat. And as I said, I'm going to do 2 coats because there's a huge possibility that I might have missed something. And although you can easily repair it, I prefer not to. So if anyone has any questions, thank you, Betty. Please let me know. Although I can see comments, but I cannot seem to move the screen any higher. I hope you're all doing well today. And I want to be extra careful with this one because it has a lot of bumps. So definitely watch out for that. And don't dump it on, smooth it out. You don't need a lot, but you need to make sure everything is covered. Okay, let me just cover this again. My fingers are sticky, so this is sticking to my fingers. And again, this is composition leaf. It is not real gold, but it sticks to my nail rather well. Okay, so I'm going to redo the ones I started with and just give it a second coat. Just to make sure everything is covered. And I may still miss, you never know. Now again, you can apply the size with a sponge as well, a dauber. And I think I forgot to do this part. And even though we may paint the edges, I still would like to have these covered. If you've just joined, my name is Rima Bechara, and I'm the owner of Walls and More. And we'll be doing lives hopefully every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. And if you like what you're seeing, I would appreciate you subscribing. It would help me out very much. And I'm going to leave this one that I've gessoed for later. I'm just moving these out of the way. And did I do this one? Oh, this one was the first. This one was the painted gesso one. Yes, I will be wearing gloves, but right now, when I'm applying the size, I prefer no gloves. And typically, I would wear cotton gloves so as not to damage the leaf, so it's just softer on the leaf. Hi Elizabeth, you missed my first oops. And again, you can find gold leaf and silver and copper leaf, as well as the size or the adhesive, on my website. And I will put that on. I'm beginning to forget. Did I do 2 coats on this? Oh, we're not foiling today, we're leafing, Betty. I may pluck up courage to do foiled again, but it's definitely going to take me a while. And if you find any places that the adhesive has puddled, just smooth it out. And as you can see, you really don't need a lot of adhesive to make it work. You share the link. I think Betty can explain it to you better than I can. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I am going to keep the brush here. Yeah, you said foiled and leaf, but today what I'm doing is leafing, not foiling. Okay, let me just clean my hands. Oh, really? I don't coil, Betty. Okay, I'm just cleaning my hands, and I'm going to clean this sheet. Well, actually, no. This one right here. And we're going to start off with the ones we started leafing first. I don't want them sticking together. I found a couple of puddles, so I'm just removing them. I'm going to put my gloves on. I have one cotton glove. They're very hard to find in good quality, so I will just be using one. Elizabeth, I can't see, but did Betty put the explain to you how to do and I'm applying some Vaseline just to make it easier for me to pick up. This is my gilder's tip, and that's what I should be using to pick up. Oh, thank you, Trina. So if you noticed, when I first tried picking up the leaf, it wouldn't come up. just going to remove the top cover. And the first one we're doing is champagne gold, only because I just got this. And I'm quite excited about it. Do not laugh when you're using the leaf. It will fly away. Do not sneeze. And I'm not joking either. I'm just tamping it down. I'm trying to figure out now if I pulled a whole leaf. Oh no, I would still have to probably do that. First leaf is giving me problems. Now on white, as this one is, I'm not seeing anything special in other words, with this one, I will not see what I will see in the, like the oyster where the black is. And you can keep the skewings. These bits and pieces are called skewings. And I would like to cut a piece of this. I can't find my knife that I can use to cut. And this feels a little bit thicker than the regular gold leaf. So that's the first thing I noticed. And it does require patience. A lot of patience. You don't want to rush it. Now, there are many ways for applying gold leaf. There are many ways for prepping shells. This is my way. Just want to make sure I have some inside. I don't want them flying all over the place, but there's a couple of places I do want to apply. and that's inside. I'm going to check and make sure I don't have, thank you. Thank you, Betty. Okay. So I'm not going to do any more to this for now. But I do like the color. I don't like the thickness of the leaf, but let's see how this one works. I'm going to try and set it like this. This is the weirdest application of, I don't like that the leaves are not in a book. And on this one, it doesn't seem to matter whether whether you prime it so far and paint it, because this particular leaf is very thick. Sorry, I'm off camera. Did not mean to do that. So I'm just making sure. I have everywhere covered. So this is the oyster shell. And I think I'm going to need to put some here, because that's part of the oyster that has the bumps. It is messy. You will get a lot of skewings flying all over the place. But that's leafing for you. So again, yes, they are beautiful. I'm planning to do, I got my white, and I'm planning to do that soon. So I'm going to get rid of this for now. And I'm going to move it away, and we're going to try leafing using, let me see. This is a variegated gold, which I adore. I keep finding pieces that I might have missed. And I'm going to pick this up. This is much lighter. And I don't need a whole sheet. So as you can see, this is absolutely stunning. You really don't need to add any embellishment to this one. And I'm not doing it on a flat surface, so patching is something I will have to do. And I think I've covered most of it. I'm removing the big pieces because I can always use those. And apparently I did not put gold on here. I mean gold size or glue. And let me see if I've missed applying it here. And it looks like I missed a little spot here, despite the fact that I did it twice. I want to show you where I'm talking about. I love the variegated too. Now see this gap here? This is not sticky, so I obviously missed it, despite the fact that I did it twice. It is fixable, but I'm going to wait on this one. So for variegated's always been my favorite. So I'm going to pick up some more. Let me move this one out of the way. And did I miss another spot? Hopefully not. I'm just tamping it in. The inside, the inside is rather hard to get in, but I'm using some of the skewings. They have variegated black, they have variegated red, they have variegated blue. And all that simply means that it's been burnt in a way now you can finish those off with either a line around the shell and sealing it, and as I showed yesterday, this is actually copper that's been burnt. The only true gold leaf, 100%, is the 24 karat, and even that has another metal added to it. So we're going to set this aside, and yes, I always have a special jar for my skewings. Okay, the next one we're going to try, I think, is going to be gold. Let me, hopefully I brought it. Or actually we could do silver. Let's do silver. I haven't done silver in a long time. Let's do it on this one. And again, it's not a flat surface. Now the silver with a glaze would look amazing. I'm just tapping it in. And don't forget the inside, which is the hardest thing for me. And let me see if I have gold, because I do want to do gold over these two. At least that's my plan. And you can resin them, add a gold bead, pearl, and they will look. But those aren't like these, they're leaf, but they're not the same quality of leaf, Miriam. I've used those so many times. They're thicker, much thicker. And they're only really for, well, they're smaller too. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything anywhere. And I don't think I am. Let me see if I have gold here. If I don't, I'll go get some. Yes, I do. And this will show you the difference between the champagne gold and the color is not the same. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm just going to put, I should have removed my skewings, I didn't. And I'm going to pick this up. Now I've been doing a lot of shells, some with decoupage paper, and a lot of them are using transfers. And I really love the transfer ones. Is this the one that I did not, did I, hold on. No, this one I did. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. This might look like I might not have applied the size well enough. Yeah, I did not apply the size well enough. But like I said, it is fixable. And I didn't even apply it up here. Okay, and let's just do this one. And I will tell you straight off the bat, this versus this one, even though it's got some pieces missing, which is, like I said, I can fix. Yes, the silver and the gold are much smoother. I do like them much better than I do the gold, or champagne gold. So make sure when you're doing this one was painted and primed, but make sure that you seal it really well. I mean, not seal it, you size it really well. I'm going to remove all the skewings and I'll put those away. I have a special container. Some of them are just depending on the color and some are a mix. And we will get a new paper. This one I'm not going to finish because, well, I could actually. I will. Let me move these. But you see how fake this looks compared to, I mean, it's a nice color, but if your aim is to do gold or silver or copper, I'm not quite sure I really like that. Let me move these. And get another. I don't want them flying away. So I have this one now. I don't know if that's going to work. I can get rid of the and if you look at the back of the shelves, yes, Elizabeth, it is Amazon. And I bought tons of them. I hardly ever use them though. Okay, let's start off with the silver. What I'm going to do right now is remove all the excess leaf. Look at the shine. Now these will be resined. I'm not going to resin them today because I want to make sure that the adhesive has cured. Look at this. I'll send you a link. Yes, it would. And actually, I was... Oops. Well, there goes my gold. Now, when I did these yesterday, I looked at the black. For this one, I looked at the green. These are Posh Chalk pigments. On the gold, I wasn't quite sure which one I want. I could do gold, but it's a bit too severe. Maybe bronze, or the smoky, or the iron. There's a lot of things that you could use. So let's finish cleaning these up. I'm just removing the excess, and look at the shine. I really like this one. I'm going to clean up this one, but I am going to fix it. Yeah, silver, and I don't have turquoise. I have the green phthalo. Let's do the gold. Now these skewings I will not save. I have a little crack in the gold here. I could fix it, but I could leave it. These are not supposed to be perfect. Yeah, I love the silver. I think the silver is my favorite. But the gold isn't bad either. I'm going to put them here and here. This one I could fix as well. Because again, I seem to have missed. A couple of areas. There's just cracks. And if you have a cotton rag, you can do this. And my gloves are cotton. So you can shine them up. And now these. I think I was a bit too rough on this one. This looks like hammered, something hammered. Next week we might do some with transfers. Just move this and the skewings. So I have to fix this one here and this one here. It's funny that they're both the variegated ones. This one is fine. I'm just going to shine it up a bit more. I'm going to fix the gold. This gold is fine. But I can't see the black. So whether you paint or you prime, you paint and prime, will not make a difference. If you're going to sell these, I would suggest that you put at least 2 to 3 coats of sealer and leave the backs natural. Look at the backs. They're beautiful. And so next week yes, you could, absolutely, Betty. Next week I'll probably do some ornaments, some Christmas in July, although I think we'll be in August. with transfers for Christmas. We're still going to do transfers. Even though July and Christmas and July will be over. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. I will fix this. And I'll try and remember to post a video to show how I fixed it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you on Facebook, or I'll see you on YouTube next Wednesday, or on Facebook tomorrow at 11:30. Take care, everyone. Bye.